Alright, alright. Now I'm streaming. Now I'm recording. Now all I see is OBS and all y'all see is me. And that is because... Oh, no, I can't add that until I start playing the game. I'm sorry. I should just show y'all my whole screen. There's nothing to hide, but... It's just easier this way. Okay, it's up and running. Screen capture. Okay. Window. See, I had nothing to hide. Alright. It just makes it to where if I move it around the window, like whenever I'm playing, it stays in the same place. You know what I'm saying? The whole reason that I'm recording this through is because I put my face up here in the top right. Hold on, let me mess with the audio. Audio mixer. Yeah, I need to play with headphones in so the mic doesn't pick up. These are the things that I learned. But yeah, I was recording and where my face is right here, I was right here, which covers the money, which is like the most important thing you want to see. So that was just unacceptable. Unacceptable. Gave me a chance to start over. I'm moving surprisingly fast. I only made one major blunder in buying a tractor and then selling it back and like a $70,000 hit. But I'm playing on easy mode, so it's okay. It's all about building up the empire, man. I want to own the map. I want to own every field on the map and have a bunch of John Deere harvesters, the best of the best equipment. Oh, I have some fertilizer sitting somewhere. But is it really worth it? Didn't I sell that field? Yes, I did. So no, I don't need to. Yeah, I sold the field and I have the cow. Field. I don't know if that was wise. Ah, I'll be able to buy that field sooner enough and have all this ready to roll. Oh, I'm still on and running. I did not know that. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this orange tractor, but you gotta have it. See how far back we can go. Yeah. You don't have access to this land. Yes. So we have pretty much maximized this field. Oh shoot. I don't care. Dang it. We have pretty much maximized what we can get out of this field. Pretty much. Because down, yeah, the slope drops off. This is no longer our field, which, you know, this is like the most bang for the buck, man. I'm gonna want to keep it, even if it is a pain in the ass, though. It's really not that big of a pain in the ass. Okay, I've only borrowed 500 grand. Yeah, we want to buy it. We want to keep it. I really hope that nobody, yeah, thank you, that nobody planted over. Okay, good. Yes, we are going to plant, and we want our guy to buy fertilizer. Cool. If you see, I'm playing like the easiest way. It's not really cheating, it's just how I like to play. It's why I am so terrible at some RPGs that are really popular, like The Witcher. I love to watch other people play them. Playing them myself, it's not that I don't have the patience, it's a mixture of that, like the tediousness of it, but it's mostly I feel stress from playing a video game, and I don't like that. Like, I feel like I have to do everything just right, kind of like life. Whereas games like this, you can mess up, and I don't know. RPGs, they stress me out, honestly, which is, it's not like, oh no, but it's like just not enjoyable. Like Skyrim, I really wanted to enjoy Skyrim, and maybe I should try. I should give games another chance, because I tried when I was in the throes of deep alcoholism, big time. I have dabbled in every one of the things that people would label as sins, or sex, drugs, rock and roll. I've tried everything. And the thing that took me down the hardest, financially, emotionally, physically, was booze. Like, I'd done everything else, and none of it ruined my life as much as booze did. You'd think that intravenous stuff you get and put in a eating utensil with a lighter, and then just put it straight into your blood supply, and you just be like violently connected to that forever, or else you get super sick. And not just that, like, you can tolerate being sick if that's all that comes with it, but it comes with the worst depression you've ever felt, because all of that serotonin, dopamine that you squeeze out every time you do that, you're just squeezing out way too much. So you're left with it. Man, you've already used up like 6 days worth of dopamine. You gotta let the brain catch up, or whatever catch up. So you're just gonna be super depressed, going on top of feeling the worst sickness, the worst flu symptoms, achy body. But the worst part is just the lack of motivation, the lack of joy in anything. You can fake it, and it helps by just doing things, but yeah, it's not good to be any of those things that you are the monkey on your back, anything that you have that you're basically tied to, where if you don't have it, then you're in trouble. All those things, be very careful with them. I've got one of those things now that it's legal. It's helping me more than anything ever has, but it is a monkey that is on my back that is helping, and it helps. But it just can't. I'd like it to be forever, but you can't count on forever. Whether it be financial wise, governmental changes. Anyways, why did I start talking about this? Start talking about booze for some reason. I have no idea. Let's see if anyone's here. No. Dang. See, that's why I need people here with me to tell me, hey, you were talking about this and this and that. I think, do I want to buy another fertilizer? I think I do. I think that's what I'm gonna go do right now. They're $20,000. I think I'm gonna set this homie up to. Is this straight? Yeah, good. Okay. Let us go to the Fert and buy, because we need 2. I was on my way up here. I need to buy a lot of equipment for mowing the grass, turning it into silage to feed to our cows. We want to get total mixed ration, which we will. But for that we need silage. Okay, yeah, so I remember what quit yesterday because I was so disappointed. Or frustrated. Why did I say disappointed? Because I just left without filling this thing. I was so frustrated because I kept trying to put in the silage pit and the land. I don't know if you guys are familiar with trying to put in things that mess with the levels of the land really bad. Like the silage pit is one because it's so long, it needs to be long and flat. So, man, you can fit a lot of fertilizer in this bad boy. So you end up with like one side going whoop, and then the other side going burp, 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 or whatever it does, you know. And is that enough? Yeah. And yeah, it just really frustrated the H out of my A. I don't know why I'm censoring myself. Okay, so we want to first get the part that has not been fertilized even once by our guy who ran out of fertilizer. You could, well, I love using this thing. This is probably my favorite machine to use in this game. Sorry, I'm touching the microphone. Big no-no. And I'm moving it to where it's not directly in front of me, so you hear all my oh, but I forgot I'm paying this guy for fertilizer. You can set it on to where when you hire a guy, he will just buy fertilizer and seed and not use up what you have in the hopper, if that's what they call them, as long as that guy's working. So he's not using up any, I think, seed or fertilizer. I definitely know fertilizer for sure. He might not be using up seed too, because I have both of them set to buy. So that's why up there you see the 14796 is going down a little faster than it would typically, but not that much. Okay, I want this to get planted faster. So where are you tonight? Why did you leave me here all alone? You searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone. Yeah, look at that. I hate it. And I will and can smooth it out. But I'm afraid of how much it's going to cost. about it when, yeah, I planted grass at the end here. I will worry about it when I have plenty of money, probably after this next harvest. Plenty of money. That should be the name. No, don't even say that. Should think of a name for our farm. I should move this to where I can see if anyone chats. I hate the warning. Constantly seeing the warning that my bit rate is too low. They're saying you're not talking enough, or you should constantly be talking. You better not be throttling my thing because I'm not talking enough, YouTube. Because what I say, it comes from the heart. And it is, well, I don't know. Half the time I forget what I'm saying, and the other half the time I don't know what I mean. The other half the time, I'm trying to do math. And that uses up like 3/2 of my processing power already. So, it's like, what can you do? It's an unwinnable game. The rat race we call America. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I shouldn't have let my emotions get the best of me. Have y'all seen the videos? All I've seen are shorts. I haven't ventured over to his page yet, but I will. But I think he's blowing up pretty fast. I don't know where he's gonna go from here, but his name, I think, is Borb. Is that it? Borb? B-O-R-B? Or like Blorb or something. But he's just like, it is definitely a bit. It is. Because he like intentionally wears like overly like protected homeschool kid stuff. But it's all really wholesome. Like, hey there, friend. Like, really awkward. It's pretty funny. I wonder if, I don't know. I'm curious about making content on YouTube because look at what I'm doing. I'm making content on YouTube. And I would like for my videos to do well, of course. But mainly I'm doing it because I have a ton of free time as I'm a caretaker. So I just finished doing a bunch of chores, and it's like, what time is that? 12:45. Because I got started at like 5 o'clock this morning. And I'll sleep like an angel tonight. Baby angel. Who snores really bad. Needs a CPAP. But anyways, it gives me a bunch of time to stream. And what I'm doing is recording. That's the main thing that I'm worried about, or the main purpose that I'm doing this right now is I'm recording to make like a little series. mainly just to learn how to use iMovie. Because I started as a beginner whenever I moved in here about a month ago, a little over a month ago. I can't be, that can't be right. It's gotta be so much longer than that. But I don't know when I moved in. Something, for some reason, I can't think of it. It's like 2 months. So I've just learned how to use iMovie, how to upload things to YouTube. And I'm doing some work with my dad. So I'm learning things for me and for him when it comes to what works on YouTube. I'm learning that shorts get a more reach more quickly if you want to grow your audience base. But obviously you want to have, I don't know why I'm talking about this, honestly. I want to do this part myself because I have a feeling he'll go way too slow. So yeah, if you can't tell yet, then that I haven't figured out good topics of conversation when streaming. So I apologize if it gets boring. I want to do voiceover or see, I'm torn. Or well, that's why I'm doing it, to figure out which way works better. Cuz like on iMovie you can detach the audio, but if and when I do that, then the sound of the beautiful harvester, the big old combine, Massey Ferguson, won't be audible, and that will be sad. So streaming, you need to talk. Well, I enjoy talking, honestly. And I think it's better if you do talk. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. But right now, I'm building a farm empire. And it's gonna be built on sweat, tears, algorithms, analytics. We're just gonna play the system, you know. We're gonna give, or we're gonna take what it gives us. We're gonna take some more. And we're gonna own the biogas section of, we're gonna own the whole map, honestly. Everyone's gonna pay his taxes. Let's see. See, this is where I want chat to help me determine what to do with this. I could level it out. I could just leave it as how it is. I kind of like that idea. I might need to level that out right there in front of where their manure will go. One of the, actually the only reason that I got the cow thing is to breed cows, but to have 2 different types of fertilizer. You have, I think it's just slurry. Is it just slurry? You call it? Just the mixture of schists and pit. It's just all mixed into a wet, nasty thing. And you spray it all over your food. And then there is the manure flinger, which just does just that. It flings the manure. Okay, we got this. The only thing I wish I'd have done differently is put the shed this thing I'm going to somewhere else. The maintenance, the repair shop, let's call it a shed. Take it to the shed to get it fixed. Taking it to the shed, taking it to get fixed. Forgetting which buttons to push. Okay, good. I need to listen. Constant vigilance. I heard Miss Charlotte make a sound going, ugh. Just like that. It sounds like she's in the yard again. It's excellent. I've been out there to water the plants. Well, I've been out there. What? Why? Lana, can you tell me why the weight I have is the thing it thinks that I'm trying to repair? First of all, why is it losing its structural integrity? Like, what's wrong with it? How's it getting worn out? Am I bumping it into stuff? It's just a weight. It's just heavy. The bolts, I suppose the nuts and bolts are getting worn out. Reminds me of a late stage of my... Oh, cool, I had a spit bubble in the corner of my mouth. I'm getting old. Late stage of my high school career. One of the chants in, I think, just basketball was when we thought that the ref made a bad call. You'd say, nuts and bolts, we got screwed. The wit and just immense creativity of us. We thought it was just the most clever thing that there ever was. Ooh, Jimbo, my dad messaged me. I just sent my dad a text apologizing to the FBI guys who are now inevitably watching our text. Because we have a shared Google Drive for this work we're doing. It's about financial planning. And somehow, for some reason or some way, I guess they, just like any other spam call, people are sharing like the most disgusting like titled stuff that I don't even know what they are. Ooh, I need to hurry up and see, this is why RPGs, why I get so stressed. See? Like, I have so much time, but it has to be perfectly fertilized. And I don't even, like, look at that. That's what RPGs, they used to stress me out. They don't. I need to try them again. So if anyone sees me, I don't think you can donate to me. Or should you? Because I've got farms to build. And that's free. Well, for me, for now. Yes. Look at this. It's a 15%. That's good enough. Alright, boom. Leave him there. Grab the other guy. Look at all these soybeans. They're gonna be so delicious. They're gonna be so... Actually, I don't know what soybeans would look like. I always imagined soybeans as like what you make tofu out of. Is that right? Let's see which way is further. Not that way. Actually, yes, that. Well, we had a bit of a. Let's see what our worker thinks. He seems to like it down. Interesting. Alright. I like how you went all the way across, Mr. Worker. Alright. What do we have? 13,000. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait until we have some money from this harvest to buy. What we're gonna buy from this is, I'll pull up pictures. having to explain jokes. It's the worst thing ever. It makes the joke not funny, and it makes you have to forget which parts you oh, good job. He's like, Danny, I'm trying to work here, and you are just. Yeah, my dad and I share a Google folder together, and for some reason, these dirty texts or these dirty documents keep popping up. I've never opened one. That's not a lie. I'm not interested. And so I remove them. Sometimes I just let them sit there. But I just texted him. I was like, whatever those things are, I hope you don't mind if I'm blocking those numbers or those email addresses. And he says, yeah, I'm not sure how those even get in there. And I said, LOL, sorry, NSA or FBI. And he just put a question mark because he didn't know what I was referring to. And I said it was just about the possibilities of the NSA or the FBI or somebody, or texts talking about sharing those kind of things might get flagged to certain organizations like that. So that's what I said to him in the text, explaining the joke, which is no longer funny, and now it's dirty and weird and just. If we were playing that Bit Life game, I would get like -10 points for relationship with dad. Great job. Nah, maybe just -5. I wonder what he thinks, because I was like, it wasn't me. I'm not interested. I wonder what he thinks about that. I wonder if he distrusts me at all. He might. I honestly wouldn't blame him. But it's true. It was. I don't go to those websites. I have, let's say, in the last 2 years, I've gone to those websites 2 times. Kind of just to see if I was still interested. Like, I have nothing against them whatsoever. Like, I wouldn't want to just come out and tell my dad, yeah, I watch it all the time. I know it's unhealthy and unrealistic in most cases, but I'm just not interested. I used to watch it like an addict, but not anymore. And I didn't do anything differently. The urge just went away. I think it has something to do with crippling depression. Try not to whine so much. It's hard when you have the hardest life known to man. No, I'm just kidding. My life is actually really, relatively, really easy. Every turn, I've had people, always have had people looking out for me, who really cared about me, who were always my safety net to keep me from freezing or starving. I've always had people. That reminds me, do I need to stop recording? Yeah, I do. I don't know why that reminded me. Stop recording. Start recording. 0 of 0 viewers. Holy mackerel. Like, what day is it? Today's Wednesday. Guess all the kids are in school. I wish. Does it tell me? Needs plowing. Doesn't, though. Okay, it looks like it's fertilized. Because you see the edges. Most reliable way to check is by doing this. 50%. Okay, so here at the bottom it's only at 50. Can we get it to 100? Oh yeah. Why? I just missed it. I just missed it. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. There's a snake in my boat. Okay, this is gonna grow as soon as I drive up to it. No. Okay, now it's gonna grow. 50%, 80, 90, 100. Alright, that feels good. You dumb little tractor. It's a little engine that shouldn't. Okay. Now we've got to do something about. Wait, did that little patch? No. We need a lawnmower. And I may need to take a loan. They may allow me to take a loan. Why? Why not? Because I haven't been making any money. Okay, we need a harvest. So let's see, Yakima. Sorry. I wish I had a house so I could go to sleep. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good I could call her. I wish I had a rabbit in a hat with the bat and a 6 faux Impala. sure that's how that goes. I wonder if by sitting in this... That's real bright behind me, huh? Does that mess with everybody? Lana, I can smell your breath, baby, from over here. Oh, no. A little better. Watch this. This will make it much better. Hello, me. Hello, you. And the volume is... Oh my gosh. It's been turned down. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's fine. Nobody's been watching. You're so dumb. Sorry, that's negative self-talk. I don't actually believe that I'm so dumb. But I do like to say that. It's probably bad to whisper things to your self-conscious like that. I'm so dumb. Maybe, I don't know. But I am dumb. Like, in the grand scheme of things, we're all pretty freaking dumb. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me see how we're looking on soybeans. Central grain elevator, here we come. And let us get ourselves a big trailer. Hold on. Since midnight passed, is it gonna... Nope. 500 grand? Why? Why is that it? Okay, what can I sell to get a big trailer? This is the one I have. Is this one? No. 8,500. Lana, what's the matter, Bubba? Are you okay? Open the door. I open the door for Lana so she can see. She's breathing heavily. It could be all sorts of things. But my guess, she is a very anxious girl. Looks like I'm gonna be using this little guy. She's a very anxious girl, and she hyperventilates constantly. So I just try to make it as quiet, calm, kind of comfortable environment as possible. So I open the door to see if she wants her to let her know that she's got options of places to go. Oh, I've got barley. Look, I've got options too. So she doesn't feel boxed in. But there are also two little, I think they're Yorkies that stress her out. So I like a good mix of closed and open door where she knows she's got a safe space where no one can bug her. And then open the door so she knows that she's not trapped. She's free to go. We've got a doggy door to the backyard, which is so nice. But soon she's gonna have trouble using the doggy door. Why? I wonder where I was going. You know? I wonder where I was going. And if I would have enjoyed it there. Maybe it's like some Final Destination stuff. Like if I would have kept going to this field to harvest it, like what I should have done. If I would have done that, then a horde of angry beavers would have attacked. Oh, now I remember what I was doing. I was selling my barley. I'm sorry, Lana. Dang. Whenever I said, oh, she got extra stressed out. I'm sorry, Bubba. She walked out into the room, which is good. And she's just standing in the doorway looking back. It's okay, Bubbers. So she knows she can leave. I'm hoping it's not heartworms. We just went and got all of her shots. The doctor was like, do you want us to test her for heartworms? And I should have said yes. But I was thinking more about her anxiety. I wanted to get her out of there because she was stressed out. She's an old girl too. She's at least 10 years old. But she does not act like it. We went for a walk around the block today, which was really nice. I gotta try and build up her stamina and mine. And I took Lucy around the block as well. Lucy is a Great Pyrenees. She's so sweet. Oh my goodness. She's like the chillest dog there is. She just lays on her back and on her side, just sprawled out, just like, this is my territory. I am so comfortable here. Like, she lays on her back, just wide open, and the little Yorkies are just yep, 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 and all around her. She's just like, this is my house, bitches. Actually, they're the only dudes in the house. They're two big girls, Lucy and Lana. Lana is, I call her my dog, but she's part of the family. Charlotte is who I'm caretaking for, and her daughter Renee had Lana, and her name was Saba. And one of the Yorkies, I guess, got pregnant, and Bella, the boxer, wasn't getting along with Lana because one of the dogs was pregnant, and they were like fighting, like actual fights. So I know that did a lot of damage to Lana psychologically, because she's an anxious dog. She's not a fighter, but she's a big girl. And you know how like dogs can, just like people, can smell fear, anxiety, and will respond to that. And so it's like Lana literally invites dogs to challenge her because she puts off this anxiety, like fear, smell, and just behavior, looks, everything. You're like, why are you so anxious? Like, you're putting me on edge. Ruff, 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 ruff. And then Lana's like, oh, and she cowers and walks away. She tries to. She's a tough girl. Well, actually, she's really not that tough. Physically, she is. You know, maybe she's really tough. I don't know who had her as a puppy. I'd like to meet that person. I hope it wasn't Renee. I gave her an unnecessarily hard time when we were putting Bella down. And trigger warning, y'all. She came down from North Carolina. Like, I moved in 2 months ago to be a caretaker, and so I do like duties like just around the house, laundry. 2 Yorkies wear diapers, so there's a lot of changing diapers and laundry. But Bella was a boxer. She's big and tough and sweet, but her back legs really hardly worked. I had to drag her around in her bed, and her quality of life was not good, but she was eating and she was thirsty, she was drinking, and she would wag her tail. When we got her moving, like, she would walk in the backyard, and so I was like, man, we might, there's hope here. Like, she's not completely given up. She's wagging her tail. She eats every night. She's hungry. She's got her appetite. She's drinking. And now that I got her little sling, she's been walking much better outside where she has grip on the grass, and she gets like she's about to get the zoomies. And so everybody came and asked me, like, do you think it's time for her to go? And I just said, no, I don't think so. I told everybody no, like, I don't think it's time. And I was really thinking about it and weighing it because I know, like, that's a decision that you really want to have support from everyone so you're not second guessing yourself after you make the decision. Like, was this bad? Did I do the wrong thing? So I feel bad because I know that I planted those little seeds of doubt in everybody's mind. But then I also think Bella needed an advocate. Like, she needed someone to argue for her life, you know? Like, I didn't want her to just sit there mute, unable to say, no, I'd like to have a year where I could just hang out with my little sling, get to know the living situation a little better. But her mom came down in one day and said, no, she's not the same, which I understand, she's not the same. But if that's all you see, that she's not the same, then you're missing a lot of the picture. And sorry, my voice got quieter because of the subject matter and people who could hear. But yeah, I hate that I had to be like the bearer of guilt, but she really did need an advocate. Like, okay, I'm gonna buy a mower and I'm gonna go. Do I have enough money for a mower? No. Unbelievable. But yeah, it's okay. She needed an advocate because it really was anybody's call. The vet was like, so she's not eating or drinking. And I was like, yeah, she is. Like, great. Oh, so she's in pain? And I'm like, yeah, but not most of the time. Like, certain times she'll cry. But then I realized, and the vet even said it too, like, I'd rather it be done too soon than too late. And what made me really realize was when they went to inject the catheter, they went to put in the catheter so they could inject the drugs, and they missed the vein, and they didn't know until the vein had bulged up a lot, and this is propofol, and the vein bulged a lot, and that hurts, and she didn't make a peep. She was just there eating peanut butter off of a tongue depressor. She didn't make a sound. So it really just showed me how tough she was. And that, yeah, she's not being vocal about her issues, but just by looking at her, I know she has them. I know she has pain. And her not being able to walk or run just just made it harder for everyone. Well, for Bella. So, could have been the wrong decision. It could have been the right decision. But Bella's mom wasn't here to be able to take care of her, so I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. It was just me taking care of her, and I was willing to take care of her. Maybe it is better too soon than too late. Because I'll tell you one thing. I have been to the other side. I just say that I'm trying to avoid using certain words for YouTube. I have been... Oh, shoot. That's why you don't do that. Let me close the top so I don't spill any. Okay, good. Good as new. I have been technically, physically, when I woke up, the doctor said you were dead. That's what she told me. Like Damar Hamlin, I had cardiac arrest, sudden cardiac arrest, ventricular fibrillation, the deadliest kind. Like if it would have happened, well, the chances of survival. Why am I driving so slow? Is my load that heavy? Huh. The chances of survival when it happens outside of a hospital setting is like 7%. It's less than 10%. With Damar Hamlin, it's really just about getting someone there to do CPR right away. Because your heart's not beating, it's just quivering. It's not a muscular problem with the heart in my case. It was an electrical problem. It wasn't getting the signal. It was just quivering. So it wasn't pumping blood. In my case, these two guys from Jersey Mike's, like I was cleaning pools. I was out cleaning pools and I just noticed after I got a big whiff of chlorine. I'm telling y'all the whole story. After I got a big whiff of chlorine, I started feeling bad. And I don't usually call out. And back then I was always sick. I was always hungover. I rarely called out though. But I called him and I sent him a text message. I said, "Hey man, I feel terrible and I gotta go home," which was very unusual. But that's the last thing I remember. I was 30 something minutes away from my house by myself driving the company truck, and I don't know why. There's no reason for me to have done this, but I drove to a FedEx store, and I just stood in line. And while I was in line, I collapsed from ventricular fibrillation. But yeah, I drove like 20 minutes and I have no recollection of driving at all. It was just insane. I just went to the FedEx store, and what I did was I stood in line at the FedEx store. And I stood in line for so long that I just collapsed. And yeah, Insane, right? 2 kids knew how to do CPR, so they saved my life. Oh, I need a bigger tractor. Dang it, I wish I could undo what I just did. Because my tractor's not big enough. Yeah, that was. I only lost $2,000. That's okay. But now I have to drive all the way back there and go get it. 2282. But yeah, it was insane. When I woke up from a 3-day coma, I felt amazing. I felt like I wasn't on anything for pain, which is my DOC. I wasn't on anything that would make me feel good, but I was so peaceful. I felt so at peace. I just woke up and was like, it was, when I tell people, it was like a hard reset, like with your computer when you turn it off. If something's not working, they're like, just turn it off and turn it back on. That's like what happened. Like my brain for 3 days wasn't worrying about anything. So it had time to just settle. Eventually, of course, everything, the world got back in there. But man, it was something else. Why is my harvester not harvesting? Harvest. Yeah, that's the story of my Damar Hamlin thing. Let me see if I can borrow more. Why can't I borrow more money? Should I lease a bigger tractor and a bigger trailer? I should, shouldn't I? I hate leasing tractors because then I'm like, I get used to having it and I really want it. How many horsepower is this baby? 288. 313. 12.8. All this is gonna do is save me some time. I need a mower. No. Let's see if we can balance this all the way. I think I did soup up this tractor as much as I could. Like, it's got as much horsepower as it can have. Oh, keep losing stuff there, and I'm not even meant to turn there. I almost called myself a Dumbo again. Would have been warranted. That's what I like to hear. A nearly full grain tank. Look at that. It's beautiful. I wish I had a bigger tractor that could pull a bigger trailer. But this is what we have. And this is like gold. I don't know why I'm trying. I was gonna try and set my cruise control to 6 miles an hour, but I hate it when I do that because I'll forget about it. Oh, was that all you had, brother, man? Am I blocking you? Oh no. I think we are going to Central Grain Elevator again. 2824. Yep. Central Grain Elevator, here we come. But yeah, it just felt like a hard reset. It was so cool. That's what I think meditation does. Gets your mind to that. Just gives it a chance to be at rest. And it does. It's never doing nothing. It's doing all this stuff behind the scenes that some of the stuff we're aware of, most of it we're not. And I started doing mindfulness meditations strictly to ease the symptoms of my anxiety, because I hated life because of how anxious I was all the time. I hated it. And the only thing I had experience in doing was waiting tables. So you can imagine someone with an addictive personality who is pretty much an introvert, except when they have that substance, they become super extroverted, talkative, really the perfect waiter. So I had 10 years of experience, 10 years waiting tables, and then a couple as a cook, and then I worked at a cafe style where they did food runners, where people would work the register. People would come up to the counter, order the food. You would take their order at the register, da 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 da. And then when their food was ready, you would run them their food. They would take a number to their chair. And that was the brunch and lunch crowd. For dinner, we did full service, like dine in, sit down, have a server. So I was a manager there for a little while. But mostly just I was the crawfish cook and I was a cashier food runner. I was an assistant manager for just a few days because I self-sabotaged myself by not coming to work. I was like, no, I'm not ready for this. I just stopped coming to work. Really, I was a bridge burner. Very sad. Somebody contacted me on Nextdoor looking to do some. Please contact me. Oh my gosh, man. Rose Paras. Hi there, I'm new to the neighborhood and still figuring out the best coffee spots. Any tips? This only sheriff. Ooh, she's not really. I make my coffee at home. Sorry, Babs. Uh-oh, Helper B is locked by Blodgert. Well, this is live Helper B. Stuff is gonna be in your way. You gotta learn to deal with it. But yeah, we don't want to lose any time here. We want to plant. Go on and plant. See, it's not just the speed of this thing, it's the turning radius as well. It's unacceptably bad. Man, I got way behind. Go on and dance. Okay. I want them to buy seed and fertilizer. Perfect. Soybeans. Wonder. The only bad thing about having irregularly shaped fields is your folks can't really navigate them efficiently. Oh, or can I? Okay, we're gonna start here. And you're gonna go to the left. Why do I have picturing this is a woman worker? Her attention to detail is much better, but her hands-on experience is a little lacking. So we're just gonna let her just roll with it. Yeah, she's very efficient when she knows what she's doing, but she learns fast, you know? She doesn't know much, but she is a fast learner, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. No wasted overlaps. Just what I like to see. Good job. Yeah, just go straight. Just keep going straight. You're doing great. Yeah, it's about volume right now. Okay, we want to put this near a natural obstacle. They seem to go around natural obstacles a little better. Naturally. Oh, look at that. Traffic jam. Sorry, town. The town menace. Like, what's his name? Remember Killdozer? What's that guy's name? A lot of fans of the man. He's got an interesting name. It's like Timothy or something. Did y'all know the story of Killdozer? He really got shafted by his town. Like the city council or whatever. He had a pretty successful, I think it was a auto repair business, like a muffler shop maybe. Some kind of auto shop specialty. And he was doing well. And I don't know exactly what happened, but he wanted to do some stuff that the city didn't want him to do. And so they like had battles back and forth, and the city basically bankrupted him just by using their influence and attorneys to something about his access to concrete or something. I don't know. They didn't let him build his own. I don't know. They messed him around big time with like permits and loopholes and stupid little stuff that the government is so adept at doing. So he was just fed up, like he did have a successful business. And this country that he thought was supposed to be the land of opportunity where, yeah, life's not fair, but this is crazy. Damn it, he went the wrong way. Ooh, she heard me. Alright. I'm taking over. Anyways, what he did was amazing. He had a tractor. I don't know what kind of tractor, but it was a big beefy boy. Bigger than this guy, but it was like reliable like this guy. And what he did was he souped it up. He put all kinds of big plate armor all over it. The thing was a tank. And it was like a bulldozer. I think it was a bulldozer. And he literally covered it in just thick steel plate. And they call it Killdozer. What he did was he felt so wronged by the city that he took his bulldozer that is just soup to the teeth and demolished much of the town. Like the institutions that he felt had harmed him, he just went and just literally ran them into the ground with a bulldozer that was just covered in body armor. And he was inside there. It ended badly for him. But he made his point known big time. Like I'm talking about him in the deepest depths of YouTube. What's his name? Why is nobody chatting telling me his name? It's one of those really familiar ones. Or when you hear it, you're like, of course I couldn't think of that, but Heemeyer. Something Heemeyer. I can't think of it. Whenever I can't think of a name, this is how sick I am. Whenever I can't think of a name, my mind is always drawn to Andre Chikatilo. Chikatilo. I don't know his first name, but my mind is always drawn to Chikatilo. Because of one time I tried so hard to remember his name. The Rostov. Man, he was a bad dude. Who is the actor who played him? What is that actor's name? He's a good actor. I think the movie was called Citizen X with Donald Sutherland. And they find Chikatilo. The actor who plays him, I really like him. It's not Stanley Tucci. Why do I always think Stanley Tucci? No, it's surprising that the guy who played Chikatilo played him so well. Because in every role he's like super likable. He's like a likable dad. And then he goes and plays like arguably the most notorious serial killer ever. Like, if you don't know about him, he's a sick individual. He basically rode the rails. And that's how he got away with it for so long, is because he was always on the move. Always on the move. He's no Albert Fish. But he's definitely a scary, impotent dude. That's why these guys are so mad, because they can't. Their things don't work right. Like, dang it. My thing don't work right. How long have we been playing here? 56 minutes. We shall stop recording. And we shall start recording. It's just that easy. Probably do 3-hour sessions. I would play this game forever because I love this. But alas, what else do I need to do? Let's see, this morning I watered the flowers. First, early this morning I went to my meeting with my case manager, therapist, doctor. I do that once a week, and it's on Wednesdays. And I meditated while I was in the car, which was really good. For some reason, I felt so calm. Usually I'm like real antsy, but today I was so calm, which is a sign that I'm making progress. Anyways, I was I did that, went to the meeting, came home, watered the plants, walked each dog separately. They don't go very far, and it's a pain in the ass to walk them both at the same time, because one of them pulls and the other one does not, so they often get tangled. Yes, he's doing just what I wanted him to do. I guess he had no other choice. But I need to do this. Yeah, Chikatilo, man. If you don't know about him and are into true crime, he's an interesting one. He's of course on top, probably top 5. Top 3 would be the Gray Man, the Werewolf of Wisteria, Albert the Fish. Albert Fish. He was sick. He was sicker than any. Yeah, he. Asylums, if they were a real. Man, I'm worse than the workers of this. I swear it's the tractor. If asylums are still used, when he was alive, then he belonged in one. Because he was certifiable. Absolutely off the charts. I can definitely no, I can't. Cause look, it's gonna say 0 and then 50. Yeah, and then it'll only say 50. Yeah. I need it to be a different kind of fertilizer, like slurry. What am I gonna have more, slurry or manure? What should I cook for dinner? I think we go with slurry, because all they need is water. All they need is water. Water's all you need. Hello, Lana Bana. What time is it, Bubba?
What is it?
You need your teeth brushed, because I could literally smell you from here. I hear you. I can hear you breathe, and then I smell it. You're blocked by me, buddy. Oh, are you blocked by an object? Well, there you go. Caught up in the touch, the slow and steady rush. Okay, what we want over here is to get a slurry machine. Baby, isn't that the way that love's supposed to be? Wonder how much a cow is. There we go. Man, Lana, she gets. Oof. She is, what's the word? Skittish at the slightest things. Like, what did I just say? Like, there we go, or something like that. And she got up and walked out the room. She was like, oh no. The vibes are whack. I'm out of here. Alright, Bubba. I miss you though. Yeah, look at that. These are, how much does that cost? Ugh. 10, 20, 30, 40. That's not worth it. Nope. We will have our own poop. What do we feed them? We gotta buy them. Oh no. They're transporting themselves. We want all brown cows. I don't know the difference, but I don't like them. No, let's not. Alright. We've got livestock. What we need is trade. Oh no. They need water. Ouch. I need some kind of. I really need more money, is what I need. Hmm? What's he doing way down there? How did he get way down there? And why? That's interesting. I don't know why. Why is that stuff not growing? Wrong button. Let's see. What? Wait, that's that girl. Is she? She better not be. No, I think she knows what she's doing. Yes. Clever girl. Bitch. Not gonna let her ruin my field anymore. Oh, I was buying fertilizer. That's right. Alright, where's the other planter? Because that's what I need to be doing. Well, I think it's time to buy another tractor. Oh, there it is. I forget I can't afford another tractor. And I can't take another loan for some reason. My tailbone hurts. I think he's just. I think he's tired. Tired? I sound like an Irishman. I think he's tired. Needed a breather. Do I need it more than one of these fields? Which field do I need the least? Field 22 and field 21. And then let's see, when do I cross over into field 20? Field 20. Yeah, that's a big chunk too. I want to keep it all. I don't know why it does this, but it's a sign that I should sell it. I honestly think that's what it is. I think we're gonna. Which means we're gonna keep our guys on this side. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Yes, you just turn around. Perfect. Perfect. I might have to just knock this out on my own. It's actually going to be quicker just to drive the combine all the way to the silo, or the whatever it's called, central grain elevator. That's okay. Just keep going, bud. Yeah. Good job. We've got... Okay. It's this damn tractor, because the turning radius is so awful. Soybeans and fertilizer. Wait, let's fix this. to a good start. Little figure eight that we fill in. Oh no. This tractor honestly might be more hassle than it's worth. No. It's not. That's not true. It's a set it and forget it. Well, it would be if you didn't have to do stuff like this. But you do. Alright, just keep going straight and steady. Ridiculous. Oh my goodness, my little... I really want to buy another tractor. But for now, I must commandeer you. Now, let me get you out of the way. So out of the way. Yep, still Central Grain Elevator. Here we come. I believe we have a trailer full of soybeans. Well, nearly full. 70% full. Oh no, we just have an empty trailer. That's right. We were on our way back. Wait, what? We didn't even... We just dropped off a full trailer. Nobody stole it. That's good. I guess safe community. Did I leave it overnight? That is... Wow. I'm impressed. Yeah, see, look, I'm not in a cruise control, and it's 16, 17 miles per hour. It's about to start getting up to speed, but I think the harvester would get there basically in about the same amount of time. But will I be able to get the pipe above the intake? You know what I mean? Where it'll actually pour into the little grate in the ground. Grate. Whoa. Sometimes I'm pushing my fingers and I don't realize it. Especially when I have something in my eye. Dang it. Yeah. Still can't borrow none. Banks still don't trust us. I don't know why. They're like, you own too many farms. And that one you need to sell. I'm like, you're right. Let's see, how much has he? What are you? Oh, he's 100% jack full. Let's see if. Oh, I didn't see if there was a place where we could. Dang, I don't want to. Dang. It's risky, but it's worth it. Yeah, like it's going 20 miles up the hill. Oh yeah, this is much faster. But I am super worried about where this pipe is gonna go, because this pipe is especially unwieldy. It's long and it is stiff. Tough to fit in tight spaces. The central grain elevator is a notoriously tight space. This is a farm 12, that I hope to own one day soon, as is this one directly ahead of us, farm 7. Yeah, can you believe that I filmed to where I owned all of this stuff, and I realized that my face cam, I just, for some reason, I just put it in one of the corners, and like I had it right to begin with in the left corner, and then I just wasn't thinking I'd put it in the right corner, and then just kept going with the same format. I was like, wait, I'm covering the thing that everybody wants to see, how much money you have. Like, all of this is worthless. Useless. It's all worthless, but you know what I mean. Okay, here's where the rubber meets the road and the pipe. Oh, it shouldn't be too bad. No, it'll be easy. Famous last words. Okay, we're gonna get the pipe out. Alright, easy does it. Look at that. And we can bring a full one. We don't even need that. We're getting rid of that trailer. Actually, is it even worth selling? I didn't mean to take a screenshot. Yeah, we can have $6,000 for it. Now we might need to move stuff. This thing is a beast. Okay, big fan. Big fan. I gotta go get this down and finish harvesting that field, and I'm gonna sell that field because it's giving me problems. It needs to be totally not self-sufficient, but I want to be able to just let the helper go and do one run every time. One run. I don't want to have to helper stuck on For that though, I'm gonna need to plant some grass. I need to shorten that field up. Maybe not grass. Maybe I will do the first row and cut off like the first row and then the trouble spots. Like, take a big chunk off the end of the field. Not take a big chunk off, but just harvest it. You know what I'm saying? I've got to check on the cooking at about an hour, so we've got time. I already did stuff for my dad. I need to figure out exactly what it is he wants. I know generally he wants 2 different takes. I did Detroit today. It's really nice when it comes out with like 12. The results are like 1,200. You have 1,000 credits. Oh gosh. Ooh, that's what happened the one time I almost died. What am I doing? I thought I was almost gonna die. Alright. Oh, I did almost die, and I thought I was going to. I was riding a bicycle with my brother, Yeah, my older brother, he's about 3 years older than me. And my older cousin, who's just a couple of years older than me. We were riding bikes out in the fields in Michigan. Well, in the roads in between the farm fields in Michigan. And we hear a train coming. And so the train that I'm used to goes like 5 miles an hour in our little town. And so we're like, okay, let's go. We gotta beat the train. Da da da. So we started pedaling faster, and I'm in this little Schwinn with real thin tires, like road tires. And then I see the train, and it is flying. The thing was going like highway speeds, because we're out in the country. We're literally the place where it just hauls ass. It's like, okay, we're out in the middle of nowhere, let's go. And we didn't know that. Once they got across, they were like, oh my god, holy shit, I can't believe. And then they saw that because I was behind them, they saw that I was across too, and they freaked out. They're like, what the hell? We almost got hit by the train. If you were behind us, how the hell did you not get hit by the train? So they were like, don't tell anybody. And I was like, okay. It was a cool story, but the tracks were like diagonal to the road. And so I was afraid that those little thin tires were going to get caught in the ruts of the tracks. So I was like, if this gets caught, I'm dead, man. I remember looking down and thinking that thought and holding the handlebars. If this gets caught, I'm dead. Like, I could have reached out and touched the thing. Oh my gosh. Crazy. That was the third closest I've ever been to dying. Another time, there's a place in Hitchcock, Texas. It's right near Galveston, Texas, kind of near Texas City, over there, like the suburbs of between Houston and Galveston. But there's a little town called Hitchcock, where I guess during World War I, they had blimps, and Hitchcock had blimp towers, like 4 corners where you would, what's going on here? Where you would have a blimp. You could access it by it was just like concrete pillars that just go up, but they were big square concrete rooms throughout, with little rebar rungs as ladders. And so me and my friends, we like to get into trouble, so we would go in there, and we got bolt cutters from Walmart, and we would just break the lock of the steel door and get in, and just picture just like a big tall pillar that's tall enough to be taller than a blimp, so you could attach a blimp to it at each corner. And so you'd get in each room. There were like 12 rooms stacked on top of each other. And the higher you got, the more the floor was scattered with bones, like bird bones. And I figured out why the last reason I went. Because there's a family of owls at the time that was living in there. And they were creepy to look at. They like did their head real weird. But yeah, like the higher you went, the more the floor had. It was just like coated in bones, and like half an inch almost. Well, no, not almost. Half an inch and up of just like bird bones. I assume it was all birds that the owls had caught. But anyways, we just because that wasn't dangerous enough, I decided to, like, the second from the top room, there's a hole for a window. There's just a hole in the side of the wall. And on the outside, there's a rebar rung where your hand could go and a rebar rung where you can stand on. So if you needed access to like the outside of the building structure thing. And so I was an idiot. Like, yo, this is steel that's been outside weathering for 60 years. No, 80 years, 100 years almost. Let's go ahead and stand on this and trust my life to it. And that's what I did, and I stood on it, and it gave out. Luckily, I had my hands on another piece of rebar that didn't give out, but my mind pictured it giving out, and I should have shit myself. But yeah, that's the second closest I've ever come to dying, I think. First time was obviously when I died. Let's have it by seeds. And off you go, little buddy. Yeah, pretty fucking crazy. Those kids, man. They knew how to do CPR, and that saved my life. I wish I was rich, you know? You know, they wish, like, that I was somebody. I couldn't give them anything. I have nothing to give them. Like, all I could do is go back there and just retrace my steps and figure out who it was. Like, one of the guys was working, one of them wasn't. But, like, I couldn't give them anything. But they absolutely saved my life. It's crazy to think about. And they kept me from being brain dead. Because, like, what happened, your heart stops beating. And it effectively is just quivering. So it's not pumping blood. So your brain needs oxygen, and it gets it from blood, oxygenated blood. So what they were doing was pumping oxygenated blood into my brain, and they did it for like 30 minutes. They did it so good that I was completely fine. Basically, a little different, but it's unbelievable. I was in so much pain for 2 months afterwards because they did it just right. If you've ever seen the machines of the things, the CPR machines that do like perfect CPR, perfect compressions, they go deep. It's scary. But yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, those videos are traumatic. Alright. Watching that happen to somebody would be traumatizing. I can see why so many ribs. It's like acceptable that they're broken ribs. Because you're trying to get through the ribs to the lungs. You're trying to manually squeeze the lung. The ribs are in the way. Oof. Ouch. What do these cows need? How do you check your animals? I forget. I thought it was R. Oh no. Brown cow. Water. I need a slurry spreader. It's a good thing they can't starve to death. Sorry. I really just want one of those total mixed ration machines. What's here? Yes. I'm getting it. That way I won't need a forage harvester or anything like that. This thing will move enough stuff. Or those little forage wagons to pick up the straw and whatnot. This thing will just pick it up. Except the grass. It will not pick up grass. That's okay. We need to ted it. Ted it? Is that how you call it? Ted? Use the tedder. You first need to... Be wary. Wait. Can they eat this, or is this just for bedding? I think it's just for bedding. Yeah. They can't eat that. That's... What they can eat. I already sold it. eat that. It's not going to give you very many nutrients. Oh no, I already sold it. Can cows eat barley? We will find out. Periwinkle blue. Yes. This thing is a beast. Okay. Let's try this. Do cows eat hay, silage, grass? They don't eat barley, I guess. Okay, that's an easy fix. Barley. hay, silage, grass. So we need a tedder. No. It won't pick up grass. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, this thing is a pain in the... Animals. Yeah. I need something to pick up. Like a loading wagon. 46,000. 34,000 liters. How many horsepower? 117 horsepower. 23,000, 34,000. Are y'all gonna... Fine, I'll repay some of the loan. Does that help?